I'm manifesting that only people in tune with the intent of the shamans of ancient Mexico are going to see this message, because I have a message from your spirit guide that this world is more magical than you think. When you allow yourself to be flooded with the wonder and the magic of the world, you're going to find your manifestations coming much easier. And specifically, I want to remind you, and your spirit guides want to remind you, about the importance of realizing that the device that you're watching me on is not just a piece of technology, although it is that. It's actually the manifestation of spiritual planes that have been growing in awareness of the general population for quite some time, because things like telepathy, things like instantaneous communication, things like thought forms, and the realization that what we give our thoughts to actually exist in other planes are becoming more and more materialized. And the internet, the smartphones, AI, virtual reality, all of these are manifestations from it. Because the internet was actually created not by just like a bunch of tech billionaires, but on a bunch of dudes on mushrooms that were creating the new psychic frontier, as they called it. And so when you allow yourself to realize that this is literally a manifestation of the world's collective unconscious, then you can use this device that you're watching me on to shape the world's collective unconscious in a way that's going to benefit you. Because if the world was more aware of who you really are, not in like your personality, like what you do and what you like to do, although that is an important part of it, but in like the way that you can transform reality, your own form of alchemy, then you actually begin to create a fourth dimensional double or a ghost of yourself on social media. And that ghost of yourself is able to attract to you opportunities, it's able to attract to you abundance, it's able to attract to you pretty much whatever it is that you're actually looking for in life, simply by you being your higher self on social media. Because your higher self is not just like an abstract concept, it's actually a version of yourself that you channel every time that you decide to show up as the person that you want to be. So if you want to transform your life radically and create a ton of abundance, a ton of connections, pretty much everything in the third dimension that you could need to realize your dreams, you want to go and allow yourself to create content from this place of an overflow of possibility, an overflow of power, an overflow of transformation and alchemy, so that people are going to be attracted to that. People can know who you really are. And when the world collective unconscious knows who you really are, then they're going to want to work with you. They're going to want to pay you. They're going to want to offer you their assistance in the same way that you're offering assistance to the world in the form of creating content. So comment content if this has been helpful for you, to remind yourself the magic of the device and the power that you have every time that you open it, because you can either be using it to create your best life or just consume the snapshots of other people's best life. And I highly encourage you to do the former and create your best life. So comment content if this has been helpful for you, and if you want help doing this, creating content and building an incredibly beautiful and prosperous business from it, go click the link in my bio, apply for the coaching program, and I hope to see you inside. So comment content, and if you feel called, book a call.